I started about 9 years ago. In fact, the same year that this award ceremony started, 2014, when there was a major cyber attack. And I wonder if anyone here remembers Lizard Squad? Yeah, a few nods, a few people saying, yeah, there's a big nod here. So Lizard Squad, this was them. Anyone recognize that logo? You might recognize the logo more than them. Anyway, these guys were a load of teenage hackers who managed to find a way to DDoS Xbox Live and PlayStation Network on Christmas Day in 2014, which was a global story. No one could log on to play games. No one could play with their mates or, register their new consoles. You can imagine the chaos. They were called the Grinches of Christmas. So I didn't know much about it, but I came into the office. I was working at Sky News at the time as a correspondent, and I thought to myself, oh, it's going to be a chilled out day. It's the betwixtmas, between Christmas and New Year. It's going to be maybe a couple of live reports, nothing else. But there was a phone call to the news desk, and it was the head of Sky News. And he said, I want a lizard on air tonight, a lizard on the 7 p.m. bulletin. And I was like, how am I going to go about this? How do you find these hackers, could be anywhere in the world, convince them to do an interview and then put them on telly? I spent 7 hours frantically searching the internet, managed to find someone who had a really strong link to Lizard Squad. Funny enough, less than half a mile away in Twickenham, weirdly. So I interviewed him, then eventually got my lizard. This is him. This is Ryan. He's called Ryan there, but his real name is Julius Kivimäki, also known as Ezekiel. Interviewed him. He's actually in prison currently in Finland, waiting for a trial on really even more serious cybercrime. Anyway, got that, did it, loved it. The story did really well, very, very pleased. But then I sort of went back to the normal everyday stuff that a correspondent at Sky News does. So, doorstepping politicians, that kind of thing. There's Ed Miliband, leader of the Labour Party at the time. And then, you get some random live assignments as well. This one went very badly, as you can see. This was at Notting Hill Carnival, and it was during the Juve celebrations, and me and the cameraman got completely ransacked with paint. Got me on one of them Channel 5 talking head when live TV goes wrong things. I was on that, which is quite fun. But I know for a fact that despite all my efforts in journalism to be a serious journalist, this is probably what I'll be remembered for, sadly. But all the time I was doing these stories for Sky, sort of general stuff, I was thinking, how can I get back to cyber? Because I became obsessed with the idea that people can cause so much damage, destruction from their keyboards and mouse from wherever they are in the world. The Lizard Squad guys really started something in me, and I've been obsessed ever since. Every time I could get the opportunity to do a story about cyber, I would. And now I do the job at the BBC full time. So like many people in here, I'm absolutely obsessed with this industry, and I love it. But I know, of course, that I'm a baby, but an infant in this world. And I'm sure there's lots of people in here who've got way more experience than me. So I asked Zia if I could do my own award, which is the first one of the night. We're going to find out who the cyber OG is in the room, okay? I asked Dali too to mock up a lovely little trophy there. I haven't had time to cast it in gold or platinum or plastic, so you'll have to imagine it. But we do have a bottle of champagne for the winner. So I hope you know how to play this game. Raise your hand if you've been in the game for longer than me. So from 2014 or even earlier. There's a few hands. Okay, good. All right, so keep your hands up. I'm going to go down the list. I'm going to go down the time. And the last person to hold their hands is our cyber OG. Okay, so 2014, 2013, 2012, I felt like an auctioneer. 2011, 2010, I knew you'd be in this for a while. 2009, 2008, 2007, 2006, 2004, 2003. Oh, how many got? One there, one there, one there. Any others? One there. 2002, 2000. That's 23 years. That's pretty decent stint. Hey? 2000, right? We'll keep going. 1999. 1990. Oh, we've got it. This gentleman here. Is it anyone else got their hands up? Oh, still going. Right. 1998, 1997. I think you were the winner. 1998, I think it was. 99. There we are. Cyber OG, everybody. Come and get a bottle of champagne. Hold on. Yeah, I bet 1999, so that is 24 years? 23, 24 years? Not bad, not bad. That is a lot of experience. Well done. But I know lots of things have changed in that time, of course. If we take ransomware, for example, think of how ransomware has changed just in the last 5, 6 years. It's gone from something that would pop up on your screen when you're minding your own business on the internet, and the thing comes up saying the FBI knows about your illegal porn stash, pay us 200 Bitcoin. Never happened to me. 200 Bitcoin or we'll lock your computer up. And now, of course, it's taking over organizations. It's government services are going down. Even pipelines are being taken out as well. Remember this one, Colonial Pipeline, 2021, massive cyber attack. Fuel shortages down the east coast of the US. You can see there wasn't actually a fuel shortage. In truth, it was like people were panicking because the pipeline had stopped. But you can see, how much damage there is being caused by these ransomware crews, and they're making a lot of money, aren't they? And that's why they do it. I remember in 2019, I was doing a short documentary for the BBC about this new thing called ransomware. And I was sent off to see a company called Coveware just outside New York. And we interviewed the guy who runs Coveware. And I had my mind blown by him that they had just negotiated, because they specialize in negotiating ransom payments. They'd just done a $1 million ransom payment, which I just thought was incredible at the time. I couldn't believe it. Now I feel like this guy, Dr. Evil from Austin Powers, because $1 million is not very much, is it? Look at Colonial Pipeline. I think that they settled for 4.5 million. JBS Foods a few months later was 11 million. So 1 million is not a lot, is it? But these ransomware crews, they will keep going. And of course, they're not evil geniuses like Dr. Evil. They're not hiding in their volcano bunkers doing their cyber attacks. They're doing donuts on the streets of Moscow with their Lamborghinis, or their SIM-swapping CEOs in Bognor Regis from their bedrooms. And in fact, statistically, in this room, there's probably a few people who started in cybersecurity with illegal hacking. So hands up if you've broken the law. Only joking, don't worry. So we actually went to Russia in 2021 to try and find some of these ransomware criminals and try and interview them. We went after a gang called Evil Core. Nothing to do with Dr. Evil. The sharks with frickin' laser beams on their heads weren't part of the risk assessment, sadly. The risk assessment was very long, though. Anyway, went after people like this. Maxim Yakubets, who is the leader of Evil Core. In fact, I should say, it is being live streamed, alleged leader of Evil Core, okay? And if you're watching, Maxim, which I'm sure you are, because you love the Cybersecurity Awards, the offer for an interview is still there. Because sadly, we didn't find him. We got pretty close. We got closer than anyone else. Got to his dad, funny enough, and some close associates. But effectively, when they want to, these cyber criminals can disappear, and they can be like ghosts. But of course, it's up to you guys to pick up the pieces of their damage when things go wrong. And I know, speaking to dozens of CEOs and CISOs, individuals around the world who have dealt with cyber attacks like ransomware and other attacks, it's a really hard job, and it's a thankless task as well. I don't have to tell you that, because when everything's going great, there's nothing to talk about, and everything's hunky-dory. In fact, maybe we can cut our cyber budget because things are great. And then, of course, when the S hits the F, there's inquiries, and people want to know what went wrong. So I wanted to make sure tonight is about you, and thank you all for what you do, and give 2 fingers to the likes of Evil Core and Lizard Squad. And I'd like to raise a toast, if that's right. I haven't got a drink. Let's do it. I'm going to get a drink. It's bad luck, isn't it, to do one without a glass. So a toast to the good guys.